process.
Raymond Vickery, thank you very much for joining us. We now move over to Europe, where US and Russian delegations met in Istanbul today for talks on restoring the functioning of their embassies, which drastically scaled back staffing following Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. The talks, the second of their kind, come after President Donald Trump reached out to Russia following the start of his second term and offered better ties if it wound down fighting in Ukraine. According to reports, the most to 6 hours. The talks were led by Russia's new ambassador to Washington, Alexander Darchev, and Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Senata Kolta, Russia's foreign ministry said. US State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce had previously said that the two sides will try to make progress on further stabilizing the operations of their bilateral missions. She also has said that Ukraine is absolutely not on the agenda for the talks. Moreover, Russia's US envoy Alexander Darchev said on Wednesday that the talks would focus on getting rid of the toxic legacy that the previous US administration set strict limits on the activities of Russian diplomatic missions. Since Trump's return to the White House, Russian and US officials have been engaged in several tracks of talks, ranging from negotiations over a Ukraine ceasefire and restoring economic ties to technical issues like those on the agenda on Thursday. Moscow also wants the United States to return diplomatic property it claims has been seized, including 2 summer houses used by embassy officials. We are now joined by Professor Alexei Haran, Professor of Comparative Politics at the University of Kiev, Moldova, located in Kiev, Ukraine. Thank you very much, Professor Haran, for joining us on the program. Talks come obviously about the Russia-Ukraine conflict. They have been very adamant about that fact, but it does come of US relations of Moscow becoming not having discussions in conflict anymore. These two countries now closer diplomatically, Professor.
Well, they're saying technical issues, how to, but frankly speaking, it's happening. It's bombarded, the bombs are increased. There is air alarm, and it lasts for 1 hour. So, okay, let's have full ceasefire. Instead, they departments of Ukraine. So Trump was saying on several going, to push both sides. Okay, he pushed Ukraine in a very good way. I would say I don't see, nobody sees concessions from Russia. What is that they are going, to be the negotiations. So for me, for Ukraine, like Trump now is helping come back to intensity, to be an equal, with the United States. So Putin is received. Okay, there's no any sign that Russia is negotiation. So basically, to push Russia for that, but we don't see it gone.
Haran, thank you very much. Very short on to move on.